Over the past holiday season, I was covering a new event in town, the Yuletide at Devon. It was doing pretty well, spreading a lot over 3 videos. But I want to review it in interesting style. It's the way that I remember from my days of scouting, which is start, stop, continue. And this being the first year event, this really makes sense to say, hey, what went well across the whole term, what didn't go well and didn't like, and what can they add to make it even better. So without further ado, get ready, here we go. I'm Lindsay, and here on Historyleisure we cover more than just theme parks. We cover any attraction, anything related to travel, and also be sure to check us out on Instagram, Threads, and Bluesky, as well as our Substack page, with new articles every other Wednesday, and videos over here every other Sunday. So, what did Yuletide do well? Besides this cool little merch, I have a little teeny right now. Basically, unlike the Devon horse show that's on there normally, basically, only things that weren't included were food, alcohol. That's basically about it. Everything else was pretty much included with the price of a ticket or pass. Something unique that I don't really see for something like of that scale, just more like just a little fair and marketplace. You could have made the whole entry fee so you can do the shops and stuff, and then pay per ride, or for others. There's really only one gate in for people. It makes sense to have a single gate price. Did really good vibes. They got a lot of good local talent in. So yeah, things that they could start doing is, I was thinking about an ice skating rink. That's something that a lot of events have by City Hall in the city, and also the Blue Cross River rink. Those obviously have skating rinks. I know Kings Island, Kings Dominion, Kansas want to turn their Central Fountain into a skating rink for their Winterfest event. I felt like there was a lot of unused space in the Dick Snow, which is the main ring for the horse show. There's a stage there, and there was some seating for that, and there was a few other seating areas there. It should be free, or at least free with a pass, if you bring your own skates. But then you obviously would have the rental fee. So basically the thing is more you're paying just for the skates than actually paying to use the rink plus the skates. But maybe you only have that for free with your own skates for the pass holders, and just have a reduced fee for everyone else. You could probably also readjust things a little bit and possibly add a 5th flat ride, something more thrilling, because you could easily butt the Ferris wheel closer up to the stables, in my opinion. But maybe there is something based on height versus distance that they just had to abide by. Also, I said Christmas Eve ops, because a lot of places do Christmas Eve ops, and I'm against Christmas Day ops like Sesame Place does. Maybe 12 to 4 or 6, but it's just shopping. Maybe you have one act in that does sets at 2 and 4 if you go to 6. But it's just the carolers, or it's just sort of at the end of the day, there's some sort of celebration of Santa going off to deliver the presents or whatever. If there's something that the owner's opinion has, then as they won't add it in the future, don't want to push it. Also, New Year's Day ops, that's fairly common. Now, the first was on a Monday, so technically it would have been just up on the Monday, and could see, since New Year's Eve was a weekend, that it would just make sense just to cut it there. If New Year's Eve was on a Friday, I would say try and open, be open on that Saturday and Sunday as well, extend the season a little bit, even though it felt like the season kind of died out after Christmas, and there was a lot less entertainment. I felt there was some stuff they could have kept around going into the New Year, since obviously the break between Christmas and New Year's, most people are off. Kids, that's the holiday break for kids. And I said 1 to 9 ops that day, so it's a bit of a later start. Something I'm was kind of with both for start and stop, was adding local bands in session to the outside stages, possibly adding a second outside stage in the ride area, and having a few more local acts on the main stage on weekends during the day, just to lighten things up a bit and make more use of the oval. I was mainly for like my friends, like you've seen in the past, like Owen Crowley interviewed, observed the agency tales, and Declan Fisher was in a few vlogs. I feel like them who would like come in, but obviously like most Hitler's like very much of a very limited genre, so I'd like to see Paul a bit more of expansion beyond that. But kind of like with the season, I could see why. And also, one of the main sponsors was the country radio station in the area. Another thing I said stopping for was overcharging for parking. I think they already remedied this with passengers to park free on their lots on off-peak nights. Why pay $50? And also, if the train station is free parking, why the $50 price is just not going to cut it? $25, so you don't have to cross the street. Okay. And it makes sense. And a lot of places are like $15, $25 for the horse show. Anyway, $50 is Six Flags prices. In that case, they kind of like a monopoly. Like you have no choice but to drive there because it's in the middle of nowhere. So like, the only way I think would be competitive is if SEPTA charged for parking again, and I think that could also really save them from their incoming financial woes. Speaking of SEPTA, I was talking about generally possibly expanding starting from the 105 and 106 during events, so it's 30 minutes across that whole line, not just to Rosemont. I guess the Norristown High Speed line also goes to 690, so I can see why they would truncate service to Rosemont for 30 minutes, because you already have, I think the Norristown High Speed line is usually 20 to 30 minutes. And I said morning rush to 8 p.m. And it's kind of, let's say, the main thing is like ice skating rink, start with that. Maybe fitting another flat ride. Try to make a bit more use of the Dixon Oval, like whether it's more seating space, a smaller side stage, or having local bands use it during days, like on weekends. You can still have it down on weeknights because there's sometimes going to be less demand. There's some way that they can adjust traffic flow into the ring during this specific event. That might just be the best thing for that whole area. If you went to Yuletide this year, drop me your thoughts in the comments below. And until then, comment, subscribe, strike the bell. Happy New Year.
When Christmas tide comes